Hello everyone, welcome once again to another tutorial of DAX in Power BI, and in this tutorial we are learning about lookup value function in DAX. The lookup value function is used to return a single value from a column based on specified conditions. So for example, if we have a data here, in this data we have a column, let's say sales amount. In this column we have uh, four values here. So the lookup function will return only a single value based on values of a column and based on the given conditions. Syntax of lookup value is like this. So you write lookup value, parenthesis or round brackets, and here you write your result column name, the column that contains the value you want to return. Okay, the column that has the value that you want to return. It is the result column name. Then there is a search column name and search value. So this is search column name 1 and search column value 1. The first column and value to search for. Similarly, the second column and value to search for, and so on. Additional columns and values to search for. We have an example data. We are taking very simple examples here so that everyone can understand the concept, and then you can apply it on sample superstore sales data or any other data of your choice. So the data in the first table is like we have product IDs and their category. So product 1 belongs to category A, product 2 belongs to category B, and 3 belongs to category C. So every product belongs to a distinct or a unique category. When sales of these products happened, when we received orders, so these are the four order IDs. Product 1 was sold 2 times, and this is the total sales amount. Now, what is the scenario? What are we trying to do here? We want to add a new column to the sales data table that shows category from the product info table based on the product ID. I'm repeating again. We want to add a new column to the sales data table. This is the sales data table. We want to add a column here. Okay, we just want to add a column here, and that column will show the category name. It is a very simple task, but we are trying to understand how we can use lookup function to view the data. Now we will take this example. So, and obviously the mapping will be on the basis of product ID. So with product ID it is mapped. Again, these sort of things can be done with the help of joins easily. But sometimes we need to understand these functions like lookup value function, and we did a previous example also where we understood how we can use these other functions also in order to display data from two or more tables. So first of all, we have already connected the data and we will load both the tables. We are just loading and not doing anything else. So you can see product info is added. Let me add once again. There seems to be some mistake here. So now both the tables are loaded properly, and we have the product info and the sales data here, which we can visualize in the sales, which we can visualize in the table tool. So in the table tool, we can see that. In the relationship, we can see the relationship is automatically created, and we'll delete the relationship. Just for the sake of understanding, for the sake of analysis. So now, although these two tables have the common value which is product ID, a common column which is product ID, but the relationship between them is not created. Now let's look at the documentation. So we have to go to the sales data table in Power BI and add a column in the sales data table. Okay, because obviously in the product table there is a category. So we have to add the data in the sales data table. And when you have to add data in any particular table, if you have to add a calculated column or a calculated measure in any particular table, so we have to add a calculated column to the sales data table. So if you have to add a calculated column to any particular table, you can just right click on it and create new column. There are different ways of doing the same thing. Like you can go to the column tools and do the same thing, but this is the easiest way. And now you have to name your column. The name of our column is going to be category or category name. Then we are going to use the lookup value function. As per the syntax of the lookup value function, first we select the result column name. So the result column name is product info category because we want to display this category in our sales data table, right? So this is data from other table which we want to display here. Then second is the product info. So at the second position you have the search column name, right? So this is product info product ID on the basis of which we are going to search it. And third is sales data product ID. So on third we have search value, like what you want to search. So this is the value from the second table, this is the value from the first table which are equal. So these two values are equal. Okay. Now we will create a new column with the help of lookup value. So we are looking up a value and that's why we just create a calculated column, call it category, and now we have the category. We can drag a simple table view here in order to visualize. So we have a table view, we have a order ID, we have product ID, we have sales amount, we have category. So this is how we can visualize it in our report also. Okay. Here it is showing count of order ID. So we will say don't summarize. Count of order ID, don't summarize. Sum of sales amount is good because we want to sum and category. We just zoom this for you. So this is the result, right? This is order ID, product ID, sum of sales amount and category. Okay. And we can also see this was the result that we got earlier. So it is matching the same result. Now it is a simple explanation. Product info category, the column from which we want to retrieve the value. Okay. First you have to write that. The column to search in the product info table, the value to search in the product info product ID. Okay. So this is something what we are searching in that table, where to search, and this is what to search. Okay. That's why I said these two will be equal. In this example, lookup value searches for each product ID from the sales data table in the product info table and returns the corresponding category. This can be used for troubleshooting common errors. If there is data type mismatch, then there will be errors. So ensure that the data type of the columns you are comparing are same. Duplicate values. Lookup values required a unique match. If the search column contains duplicates, it will result in an error. So that's why we have for each product category, we have one product. There are some advanced use case. You can add multiple search conditions if needed. For instance, if you need to match based on both product ID and another column For example, a region, you can extend the lookup value function with additional search values. So, for example, let's say in our table there was something like region also, right? Something like this. So, or there was another column. So, lookup value product info category. This is what we are looking for. This is the value. This is where we are looking for product info, product ID. This is the search data we are searching, and then we have another information. Then we'll be looking for product info region and from sales data region. So this is something that you can do as well. So in order to understand the other thing, the other example, the advanced example that we just have, example with multiple conditions. So suppose we have two tables. In the product data, we have the table where we have 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay. So there is a product ID. It belongs to category A and category D, and region is north, south, east, and west. Okay. So category wise, we have regions and we have the product ID. Similarly, we have the sales data. So in sales data, you can see we have product ID 12311 and sales amount and region. Okay. So product ID 1 belongs to north. It also belongs to west. Here also you can see that product ID 1 belongs to north and it also belongs to west. So this is how some kind of relationship is there. We can open Power BI. I will connect this data also. This is the table. We'll load both tables. Now we have these two tables. Okay. So we have category region, sales data region. So when we were explaining the syntax of what we can say a formula, so you have the result column that you are looking for, your search column 1, your search value, your search column 2 and search value 2. So here we had search, this is the value that we were looking for, result column. We wanted to show category in sales data. That's what we wanted to do. With the help, we were searching product info, product ID, and this was the search value. That's what the explanation is. The value to search in product info, product ID. Now here we have two different columns. One is region and other is category. So obviously we want to show the category. So we will write product info category here because this data is in the product info table, and value to search. With the help of sales product ID, we will search product info product ID. And with the help of sales data region, we will search for product info region. Okay. So this, so you can add multiple search conditions if needed. So if you need to match based on both product ID and region. So we have to match category based on both product ID. So first pair is product ID, name of both the tables and name of the same column. Then we have name of both the tables and name of the same column region. So this way you can create a calculated column category here in this example, and you will just create a new column here and category, apply. This will give us category value which we can see, right? A, B, C, D, A. Depending upon product ID and region both, we will get the category. So obviously we could have got with one column only, but this just make sure that we have, we are considering both product ID and the region here. So these were the two examples of lookup value function, and I will provide you the link or this resource file, this Power BI file as a resource to the chapter.